And start as we usually do with our affirmation. Tēnā tātou katoa. We seek wisdom, understanding, insights into the views and circumstances of others, strength to seek what we believe in, humility to accept the combined decision of others, patience, good humour at all times, tolerance and courtesy while working in the best interests of our community. So, good morning and welcome, councillors. This is the first time that we've got almost all of our councillors online. I'm joined in the meeting room with Sandra and Desley Simpson and Phil Wilson. And what I need to do first of all is just to do a roll call of who we've got online at the moment. So to test our system, I'll just run, this is like being at school, I'm sorry. If you can just indicate by affirming that you're here as I go through your names. So beginning with the Deputy Mayor, Bill Cashmore. Okay, Bill might be having issues with his technology there. Councillor Josephine Bartley. So you'll need to put your mic on and affirm that you're there. I know you're there, I've seen you. Okay, I'm not getting any replies through. Shall I keep trying?
Joe, turn your mic on.
Joe, have you got your mic turned on?
Yes, she has.
Okay, it's not coming through at our end for some reason, so we might need to work that through. I'll just check with a couple of the others. Councillor Kathy Casey. Councillor Efeso Collins. Okay, I'm not getting any replies which suggests that the system is not operating as it should at the moment. Let's see if we can fix that problem. If you're able to hear me, which I presume you can, the reason that we've got a very light agenda this morning is precisely to check out whether we're getting this technology to work as it should be. So that's quite important. So we might need just to leave it for a couple of minutes till we check out what our problem is at this end. So if we just take a couple of minute break here, and we'll get back to you as soon as we've figured it out. Thank you. See who we have got here.
There you, Phil.
I can see Wayne there. Councillor, Deputy Mayor, Councillor Bill Cashmore. Bill, are you online?
Yeah, just joined AT meeting.
That's good, thank you. Councillor Josephine Bartley.
Good morning.
Good morning. Councillor Kathy Casey. I got the first part of that, Kathy. Can you repeat it, please?
Morena.
Good, got you there. Councillor Efeso Collins.
Present, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Efeso. Councillor Pipacoom.
Kia ora koutou.
Got you there. Councillor Linda Cooper.
Present.
Councillor Angela Dalton.
Good morning.
Councillor Chris Darby.
I'm here, Phil.
Thank you. Councillor Alf Filipina.
Aye.
Talofa. Councillor Chris Fletcher.
No. Okay,
No, Councillor Fletcher's probably not on today. She's still in hospital. Councillor Shane Henderson.
Morena koutou.
Councillor Richard Hills. Richard.
I'm here.
Yeah.
Also, the live stream is working so the public can hear us.
Very
and
good.
Turn off your videos.
Yeah, Wayne.
Okay, good. Councillor Tracy Mulholland.
Present, kia ora.
Councillor Daniel Newman. Daniel, are you there?
Yeah, but he hasn't got a mic on.
Okay, we'll come back on that. Councillor Greg Sayers.
Present, Your Worship.
Thank you, Greg. Councillor Desley Simpson is here. Councillor Sharon Stewart.
Yes, I'm here.
Great, no technology problems today, Sharon, that's good. Councillor Wayne Walker, I can still see you, Wayne, so you're there.
I'm here.
And the sky is blue behind you. I think we are being asked to turn the video off for some reason, if you can do that on your screen.
The video.
The video, yeah. That's it. I've got Sharon there now. Councillor John Watson.
Yes, sir.
Councillor Paul Young.
Good morning, Mayor.
Good morning. IMSB Chair David Taipere. And anybody from the IMSB on the call at the moment?
Your Worship, no, this is a governing body meeting, not an individual.
Okay. So this is regarded as a governing body only meeting. So the IMSB is not present for that reason. Okay. So let's go through the apologies. We've had apologies from Councillor Fletcher, presumably.
Leave of absence.
Leave of absence. Any other apologies? If not, I'll move that we don't need to move that because leave of absence doesn't require an apology. Confirmation of minutes. I move that we confirm the minutes of the 27th of February 2020 and the extraordinary meeting on the 24th of March 2020. Do I have a seconder for that? Desley Simpson, who's with me, has seconded
I'll
that.
second that, Phil.
Okay, Kathy Casey, thank you for that. So we'll do the vote on the voices here. All those in favour, please say aye. To the
Aye.
Thank you. That's really impressive. I'll declare that carried. Declarations of interest. Are there any interests that anybody needs to declare today? I'll just pause for that. If not, we have no petitions, no public input, no local board input, no extraordinary business that I've been notified of, but can I just let councillors know that as we will do as a routine on these meetings, we will be getting a brief from both Ian Maxwell and Kate Crawford at the closing of the governing body or the emergency governing body meeting today. So that will be a chance, as we did earlier in the week, to have questions and to have explanations of where we're at. It's quite important to get your feedback on that. That's an important function of this meeting. So even though we're only hours into the lockdown, really important that you know what's happening and we get feedback from you as to what you might be concerned about or what you would like to draw to our attention. Now we come to the items on the agenda. We have deferred items that were regarded as non-essential. So we've deferred the elected members' expense policy, but we have before us item number 10, the proposed membership of the Heritage Advisory Panel. And I just want to check that we've got Noel Reardon and Carol Harwood online.
Excuse me, Mr. Mayor, point of order.
Yes. Point of order.
Could I just ask procedurally, I totally appreciate that this is a very new, we're just getting used to how this all works, But could you please just be mindful that we're double screening, so we need to be able to find our agendas, also look at the Skype. We've got a delay in turning on microphones when we want to be able to speak. And could you just clarify procedurally how we ask questions? Are we doing it through the chat that we have on Skype, or are we doing it verbally? So can I just ask that we put in place some of the procedural etiquette around how we're going to continue, and just maybe be mindful that we need to slow right down? And also, what is the etiquette for turning on our video? Like, obviously I've turned on mine because I want to be able to, I don't know if it's a good thing to do it when I'm asking a question or wanting to speak, but just all of those sort of things just to make us run smoothly. That would be great. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Well made.
And I can't hear you now.
Okay, so first of all, in terms of questions and in terms of comments, I think I'll do what I did on Tuesday with your agreement, which is just to run through the list of everybody so that keeps it orderly, and I'll do it in alphabetical order. That's the easiest way of doing that. Votes will again be by division, whether or not there is any difference of opinion. That means that the votes can clearly be recorded, and we know that what is being passed has been passed, and that people have had their chance to be heard in terms of their vote. In regard to use of microphone and video, I'm going to ask Sandra O'Toole if she can comment on that, if she's in a position to do so. Obviously, when you're not talking, microphone off, otherwise we hear all the extraneous noises. I'm not sure what the answer is on turning the video on. Sandra, have you got an answer on that?
Yes, thank you. You are quite correct with the microphones. It does eliminate any background noise that we have. With the video, it will actually stay on the last person that's spoken. So you might not be aware that you're still being projected onto the screen. So we would rather it be turned off, and therefore the Mayor will be the one who will be projected for the meeting, unless you are speaking or asking a question.
So just to clarify that, if you're speaking, you turn your mic on, but your video on as well, you do that. So is that clear, councillors? Any query about that aspect of it?
Excuse me, Mr. Mayor, can you also clarify how we ask questions and how we want to bring things to your attention?
Okay, just to repeat on that, we will, at the start of the meeting, I will move, and probably I'll get Councillor Simpson to second because she's with me here, and it's simpler that way. We will then have a council officer's address us on the paper as normal. Then we will come to questions, and rather than have a rush of people on the microphone, so it's a little bit hard to unscramble, I will simply run through the list of councillors, starting with the Deputy Mayor and then proceeding alphabetically, so that I know whether anybody has a question or not. If you have a question that you haven't thought of when I call your name, but it comes to you later, there'll be the possibility at the end of that to raise further questions. Similarly with comments, when we come to the commentary section, I'll run through alphabetically and just ask councillors one at a time whether there is any comment that you want to make. And at the end of the commentary, when the vote is taken, presuming there are no amendments, if there are amendments, you're able to do that in the normal way. Just draw that to my attention. But the vote will be as if we're calling a division. Does that clarify that,
Thank you, that's
Councillor?
nice and clear. Yeah.
Great. Thank you very much. So if, and I will try to just not be quite as quick as possible, understanding that there's a need to turn microphones on, and it's a little more difficult to do it remotely as we are doing it.